If I gave you a bow and arrows today, but no target, what would be your chance of success? 0. Life works the same way. You cannot hit an invisible target. You must know precisely what you want in every area of your life. I worked with an oil company in Texas founded by Hunter, who became the richest self-made billionaire in history. At his peak, he owned 200 companies and received $3 million in daily royalties. A friend interviewed him on television before his death in the 70s and asked him what his secrets to success were. Hunter responded that there were only 2 keys to success. First, decide exactly what you want and write it down. Second, determine the price you must pay to get it and commit to paying it. Take a sheet of paper and write goals with today's date at the top. Write down 10 goals you want to achieve in the next 12 months. Then ask yourself this crucial question. If you could accomplish only one of these goals, which one would have the most positive impact on your life? The answer will appear immediately. Circle that goal, turn the page over and write it at the top. Set a deadline. Make a list of everything you can do to achieve it, then start working on that list. Take daily action to move a little closer to your main goal. I promise you that this exercise, choosing your most important goal, establishing a plan, and working on it every day, will transform your life in unimaginable ways. This is the secret to becoming a self-made millionaire. Let's now move on to the 11 principles for achieving these goals. Principle number 1. Trust your ideas. The only difference between very rich and successful people and the average person is that they follow their intuition. They are not smarter, different, more educated, or more talented. They simply listen to their inner guide. According to research, you only need an idea that is 10% new to start building a fortune. Interestingly, do you know what is the greatest source of self-made millionaires in America? Dry cleaning. This industry has created more self-made millionaires than any other. Most people become millionaires by offering a product or service used daily, but by offering it slightly better, a little faster, with more finesse, politeness, or better presentation. A restaurant that retains its clientele perhaps offers cuisine that is only 5% different, but it's their way of serving that makes all the difference. You can succeed in any field. You just need to find an idea that's 10% new. You'll discover it by feeding your mind. Read magazines and books. Ask questions. Ask yourself why people do things a certain way. Stay open to new ideas. On average, each person has 4 ideas per year on their way to work. One of them could make you rich. How many times have you noticed the need for a product or service and thought, I wonder why nobody offers this? Then, a few years later, a company launches this idea and earns millions. Everyone has had this experience. The key is to trust your ideas. Principle number 2. Surround yourself with the right people. This is an essential key to becoming a self-made millionaire. Dr. David McCone from Harvard conducted studies for 25 years to understand why some people are extraordinarily successful. He discovered that 99% of your success will be determined by what he calls your reference group, the people with whom you regularly associate. We are like chameleons, absorbing the attitudes, opinions, behaviors, and styles of the people we are around most often. By regularly associating with winners, you'll discover that they have a totally different vision of the world: positive, dynamic, focused, constantly learning, and optimistic. The law of attraction states that if you change your way of thinking, you begin to attract new people into your life. If you invest in your personal development, you will naturally meet other people who share your mindset, while your old circles will fade away. Where do you find positive people who are constantly thinking about success? First, become one of them, and you will naturally attract them. Principle number 3. Refuse to consider failure. The rule is simple. There is no failure, only feedback. To become a self-made millionaire, you will fail many times, year after year. But your brain has a cybernetic mechanism that transforms each attempt into learning that makes you smarter. And eventually, you reach a point where you are too wise to make mistakes. You start to do more and more things correctly and make fewer and fewer errors. But you cannot achieve this without experiencing failure. Self-made millionaires always look for something positive in every failure. They tell themselves, there must be something good in this situation that I can leverage. And invariably, they find it. Additionally, they always seek the valuable lesson in every setback or temporary obstacle, and they always find it. In contrast, ordinary people dwell on their losses and blame others for their problems. Successful people ask themselves, what can I learn from this situation to be smarter next time? If you look for a valuable lesson in your biggest current problem, you will always find it. Your biggest problem today could be the greatest gift you have ever received, because it may contain the lesson that will lead you to success. As Socrates said, an unexamined life is not worth living. Aristotle claimed that wisdom is an equal measure of experience and reflection. Few people possess wisdom because they accumulate experiences without ever taking the time to sit down and reflect on what they are experiencing and learning. Principle number 4, develop a hard worker mentality. The average self-made millionaire in America works 12 or 13 hours a day, about 65 hours a week. In our society, you work 8 hours a day just to survive. Anything beyond those 8 hours is invested in your success. If you only work 8 hours a day, you're in trouble. You'd better have a rich uncle or someone to take care of you, because 8 hours daily is barely enough to survive in our competitive society. If someone else works 9 hours, they're getting ahead of you. If they work 10, their lead increases even more. Each additional hour beyond 8 hours is an investment in your future, in your success. Whether you use it to study, read, or work, this investment will yield significant results. It's like planting a seed. You don't just harvest one seed, but hundreds, an entire harvest. But first, you have to plant that seed. Principle number 5, commit to lifelong learning. What takes you from poverty to wealth is personal development. If you're not constantly learning, you're regressing. Here are the 3 keys to continuous learning. First, read in your field 30 to 60 minutes each day. Turn off the television, radio, set aside the newspaper, and read specialized books, which contain a wealth of information allowing you to function at a much higher level. People have told me countless times that an hour of daily reading doubled or even tripled their income in 1 year. Second, take all possible courses. In a few days, you can learn more than you would learn in several years, even a lifetime. A dentist explained to me how he sold his practice for $2 million before retirement. 8 years earlier, he had attended a dental conference in Hong Kong where a specialist presented a new cosmetic surgery technique, allowing to straighten a person's entire front jaw at low cost and with great efficiency. By integrating it into his practice, he attracted patients from far away and was able to set his own rates. Third, listen to audio programs in your car. The average driver spends between 500 and 1,000 hours per year behind the wheel. According to the University of Southern California, listening to educational materials while driving is almost equivalent to full-time attendance at university. The more you commit to becoming the best person possible, the more you love and respect yourself, the more energy you have, the more ambitious your goals are, and the more you persevere. By investing in yourself, your self-esteem, self-respect, and personal pride increase, and you begin to be promoted more often and better paid in all areas of your life. Principle number 6, prepare to climb peaks. One of the keys to becoming a self-made millionaire is to understand that life is never a continuous train, but a succession of ups and downs. To climb a new peak, you must first go down into the valley. All of life is made up of cycles and trends. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Successful people focus on the 2 steps forward and protect themselves during the step back. They build cash reserves, place stop-loss orders on their stocks, carefully monitor their activities to maintain this progression and ensure that the setback is not too significant. They ensure that the curve is generally upward so that with each setback, they always remain more advanced than before. Principle number 7, develop resilience. You will be knocked down many times. As my friend Charlie Jones says, you must bounce back and not break. The rule is simple. All of life is a continuous series of problems that never stop, like the waves of the ocean. The only interruption in this uninterrupted series of problems will be an occasional crisis. Life will therefore be problem, 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 crisis. Like the waves of the ocean, 6 problems, then a crisis. This means that each of us is either in the middle of a crisis, coming out of one, or about to face one. What distinguishes superior people, according to 30 years of research, is their response to crisis. These people look for the solution to every problem. They don't get upset when something goes wrong, but rather say, "What is the solution?" They become intensely solution-oriented. An intense problem stimulates the creativity needed to solve it. Clearly define your problem in writing. Ask yourself, what is my problem? What am I worried about? And write it down. Often, simply clearly defining a problem triggers its solution. Principle number 8, personal brainstorming technique. For your main goal, here's a transformative technique. Take that goal and write it at the top of a page as a question. If your goal is to double your income, write, "What could I do to double my income in the next 12 months?" Better yet, if you earn $50,000 a year today, write, "What could I do to earn $100,000 in the next 12 months?" The more specific the question, the better. Then, commit to writing 20 answers to this question. The first 3 to 5 answers will be easy, the next 3 to 5 difficult, and the last 10 incredibly difficult. I've given this exercise to so many people who became millionaires that I've lost count. Often, the 20th answer changes their entire life. This 20 ideas method has created more millionaires than any other creative thinking method ever discovered. Once you have your 20 answers, choose one and act on it immediately. Principle number 9, become an unwavering optimist. Being an unwavering optimist means thinking and talking about what you want most of the time. I've discovered that optimists possess 3 wonderful qualities. 1. They learn more, greatly increasing their chances of learning the right thing at the right time. 2. They try more things, which increases their chances of trying the right thing at the right time. 3. They persevere, never giving up. Optimists decide to get rich and never stop until they achieve that goal. Will they encounter setbacks, obstacles, and difficulties? Almost everyone succeeds in a different direction than initially planned. But they keep moving forward, like a football player crossing the field, blocking, changing direction, backing up, continuously advancing, never losing sight of the goal. Principle number 10. Develop courage and perseverance. Courage means having the ability and willingness to face your fears. Courageous people are not those who have no fear, but those who master their fears. As Mark Twain said, "Do what you fear, and the death of fear is certain." Fear and courage tend to be habits. If you are afraid and give in to that fear by backing down, it becomes a habit to back down whenever you are scared or uncertain. If you are afraid and force yourself to face that fear, it becomes a habit to face fear whenever you find something that frightens you. Most fears disappear when you face them. Dare to move forward in your life. Dare to go in the direction of fulfilling your potential. Every time you have the choice between standing still and moving forward, move forward. Not because you will necessarily succeed every time, but because it reinforces the habit of moving forward. Most people, when they have the choice between going forward or playing it safe, choose safety. But as General Douglas MacArthur said, "There is no security in life, only opportunities." The more we seek security, the less we have. And the more we seek opportunities, the more security we have. If you're not a little scared at least 3 or 4 nights a week, you're not trying hard enough. If you don't fall regularly, if you don't sometimes tremble when you go to bed with your heart racing, then you're not pushing yourself enough. You're living too far from your potential. All truly successful people live at the edge of their capabilities, and it's always a little scary. Principle number 11. Cultivate self-discipline. The final quality of self-made millionaires, which Napoleon Hill called the master key to wealth after studying 500 of the richest people in American history, is self-discipline. It's the ability to make yourself do what you need to do, when you need to do it, whether you feel like it or not. Perseverance is self-discipline in action. Every time you persevere, you strengthen your self-discipline. Every time you practice self-discipline, you strengthen your ability to persevere. Both are linked to your self-esteem. The more you persevere, the more you like yourself. And the more you like yourself, the more discipline you have. Result: the more you persevere, and eventually you enter an upward spiral where you become absolutely unbeatable. You reach the point where you know you can achieve the goal and nothing in the world can stop you. Each step forward makes you stronger until finally people say, "I know one thing about him, nothing can stop him." Once he has decided he wants something, he won't stop until he gets it. When you develop this quality, nothing will be impossible for you. We are coming to the end of this video. Thank you for staying until the end. If you are motivated to take action, comment, "I am motivated." See you soon for the next videos.